Hello world, Shelly here, and today we are going to talk about the best setting sprays for dry skin. Now, I want to show you some of the setting sprays that I enjoy, but I also want to talk a bit about ingredients, so you can kind of go through the setting sprays you've got or ones that you're considering purchasing and kind of figure out, what's the culprit if it's not working for you, or what should you look for if you're looking for something new and you want to kind of hope that it'll work for you before you spend the money on it. Because as you know, if you've got dry skin, it can be very uncomfortable to get to the end of the day and have your skin dehydrated and completely devoid of oils. It just feels tight and itchy and nasty and bad and unpleasant, and I don't really care if my makeup looks perfect if I want to scratch my face off. So we're looking for something that's going to keep your makeup looking nice but not dry your skin out or dehydrate you by the end of the day. First, I want to talk about a distinction that tends to get blurred or ignored, but terminology-wise is valuable to understand the difference. So you've got setting sprays and you've got fixing sprays, and then you've got sprays that do both. Setting sprays are intended to take the powdery finish down from your makeup. You spray them once you're finished. It'll kind of make everything melt together into a nice cohesive look, so you don't have that powdery finish or that layered kind of finish to your makeup. They help to set everything down, combine it in place. A fixing spray, on the other hand, is meant to extend the wear of your makeup. So you're kind of putting a film over your makeup look so that it's slightly more waterproof, slightly more sweat-proof, slightly more tolerant of environmental, aggressors, so that your makeup stays put and stays in place and intact for a longer period of time than if you didn't use a fixing spray. Now, you've also got products that claim or are able to do both things. They can help melt your product all together and extend the wear of your makeup. So we're going to talk about the ingredients that go into all three. I've got examples of all three kinds here, and depending what you want out of the spray is going to make an impact on which product you're going to purchase. So first, let's talk about the products that are going to primarily fix your skin, fix your makeup, fixing sprays, make it last longer. I've got three that I like. Here's the thing with fixing sprays. The ingredients that you're going to be looking for on the ingredient list are polymers, because the polymers are what create that sort of barrier film that holds your makeup together and keeps it in place. If your spray does not have polymers in the ingredients, then it's not likely to extend the wear of your makeup very much, whereas the polymers are the key to it. So like, for example, old bottle, old packaging, but I've got the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Of course, they call it a setting spray, but it's meant to also be a fixing spray. And in the first 5 ingredients, you see one called PVP. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the actual full word, but you'll see PVP in the ingredients. That is a polymer. That is one of the ingredients that is going to help keep your makeup stay put for a longer period of time. You're also going to see very high up in the ingredients denatured alcohol. I don't want to say that you should avoid denatured alcohol if you have dry skin, but it can be a drying ingredient. So what you have to then look for are additional moisturizing ingredients in this product that are going to offset the dehydration you're going to get from the denatured alcohol. Because the idea is you spray it on your face and the polymers are going to stick around, the denatured alcohol is going to evaporate, but when it evaporates, it often takes some moisture from your skin with it. So if there's not ingredients in here that are going to help to replenish that moisture or hold on to some of it, then you're going to be dry and dehydrated by the end of the evening. Now, thankfully, for the Urban Decay, we do have some of those ingredients. So we've got a couple of occlusives and humectants in the all-nighter spray that will help to retain some of that moisture. So when we're talking about moisturizing ingredients, I've got my notes here. Humectants are going to help prevent the loss of moisture because they're going to hold on to it. Like when we talk about hyaluronic acid, that's a humectant. It's going to hold moisture to it instead of letting it evaporate away. Then we've got occlusives, and they are ingredients that are going to help seal in the moisture into your skin and keep it into your skin. And then emollients are the kinds of ingredients that make your skin soft and supple and give you the bounce, sort of the plumpness to your skin. A lot of emollients can also be occlusives, and a lot of occlusives can also be emollients. They can act both ways, but those are the kinds of ingredients you want to see in your products to offset drying ingredients as I knock over my Too Faced. That one's coming. Some examples, humectants, you're talking the butylene glycol, lots of glycols. If you see glycol in the name, you're probably talking about humectants, aloe, honey, glycerin, those kinds of things. When we talk about occlusives, these are all of the sort of butters. Think of your shea butter, think of your beeswax, your cocoa butter. Dimethicone is also an occlusive. Paraffin, lanolin, those kinds of things are the occlusives that are going to help seal in moisture. And then your emollients, you're going to see ceramides, caprylic triglyceride, your fatty alcohols, the ones that usually end in a YL before the word alcohol, like cetearyl alcohol, those are going to be fatty alcohols that are good. They're emollient that keep your skin supple and moist. Plant oils, so whenever you see like a jojoba oil, avocado oil, argan oil, etc., those are also emollients. Your squalene, your squalane, emollients. So when you're looking at something like the all-nighter and you see denatured alcohol, keep looking through the ingredients and see if you've got any of those other things that will help it to balance out the moisturizing properties. Best case scenario, you're not going to be more hydrated by the end of the day. Best I would say you're looking for is this is not going to dry you out in and of itself. It's not going to contribute to help your skin retain more moisture, but it's not going to in and of itself dry you out. I have two others that also work really well to extend the wear of makeup, but not so great in terms of, they have denatured alcohol in them, but they do have some ingredients that help balance it out. And those would be the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal. They call this a hydrating setting spray. I do not find it to be hydrating because there's so much denatured alcohol in it, but it does have enough ingredients that it seems to balance out by the end of the day. I also have old packaging of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray, almost empty, but this one, same kind of deal. You've got a few ingredients that should balance out some of that denatured alcohol, but all three of these, I would say, usable for dry skin. They're going to give you the best setting of all of them. You're going to fix your makeup really well with any of these, but you have to anticipate that you might be a little bit more dry by the end of the night, or don't use them every single day. Use them for special occasions when you really need that lockdown hold. Let's go to the other side of the spectrum, the setting sprays that are very likely to give you extra hydration to your skin, a good boost of moisture, but might not extend the wear of your makeup any longer or much longer than it would otherwise. A lot of these are my favorites, so that's because I have very dry skin. Let's talk about the ever-loved MAC Fix Plus. This is actually not a fixing spray, even though they put the word fix in the name. The ingredients, you've got a bunch of humectants right at the top of the list. Any of your setting sprays that have glycerin in the first couple of ingredients are usually going to be a thumbs up for dry skin, because where a lot of them, these will have denatured alcohol as the second ingredient after water. Something like this has glycerin way at the top, and that's what you're looking for. That's going to give you the most hydration you can possibly get out of any of these things. So MAC Fix Plus is an example of one that might not extend the wear very long, but you're going to have a very good experience in terms of preventing dehydration as much as possible. The one that I've been loving lately, you guys have seen me talk about this several times, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set. It's got a very similar ingredient deck to the MAC Fix Plus, but it is cruelty-free. So if that's something you are interested in supporting. Now, I want to make a point. The bottle has little glitter flecks in it, but the product itself does not. There's no glitter, no shimmer, nothing like that in the actual spray. It's just the bottle looks glittery. It is not glittery. It is just a nice dewy setting spray, and we get lots of good moisturizing ingredients right at the top of the list. A drugstore option that you might check out that I also love quite a bit. Again, it's a shiny bottle, but the product itself does not have glitter in it. This is the Pacifica Crystal Power Hydro Mist. This is also cruelty-free. It's also vegan. And again, works really well for setting everything and making everything nice and smooth and cohesive and hydrated. Won't extend the wear of your makeup too much, but that's not what you're going for with these products necessarily. What else do I have here? I've got the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is one that you can also use as a primer and a setting spray. It's got some skincare ingredients in it. Not going to extend the wear of your makeup too long, but I do like it for refreshing my makeup throughout the day. You know, if you start to get kind of like blah, your foundation's not so great, mist it and take a sponge and just kind of press around, and you can kind of redistribute things and get everything smoothed out again. I love this stuff. My favorite of these, also I think the most expensive, is the Tarte Luminous Dewy Setting Mist, Face Mist, Dewy Skin Mist. Not only is the packaging gorgeous, but there's a ton of great ingredients in here. We've got all three. We've got occlusive emollients and humectants all packed into this spray, and that's just going to give you the hydration mecca, so to speak. But what if you've got dry skin and you don't want to go with something that might dry you out, but you also do want your makeup to last a little bit longer? Then you got to find something that walks the middle of the road and it's got a little bit of both. And the first one I want to point out, because I really love this stuff, it's the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Setting. Oh, they do call it Fixing Spray. Here's the thing. I can't figure out which ingredients. I don't see polymers in the ingredient list, so I can't figure out which ingredient is causing the makeup to last longer. However, this does have a bunch of really good humectants and emollients in the ingredient deck way up near the top, which helps it to be a hydrating sort of spray for dry skin. So I can't tell you why your makeup lasts longer with this one, but they claim it's a fixing spray, and in my experience, I do think it does make your makeup last longer. So thumbs up on this one, reasonably priced. My other favorite that does both, and this does have a polymer in the ingredients as well as really good moisturizing ingredients. It's your Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. So this is just like the Caudalie. You could use it as a primer and a setting spray, either or, one way or the other. And this works both because you've got the acrylates in that's acting as a polymer to give you that film that's going to hold your makeup in place. But it's also got some humectants in here, which are going to help retain moisture, prevent it from evaporating away and drying out your skin. So thumbs up on the Too Faced. Which ones do I reach for the absolute most? I would say in the winter, I definitely reach most for the Tarte. Right now, I've been using this one like crazy. This comes up a lot in the winter as well, and I've been using this one a lot too. So I'd say of the ones I've got in front of me, that's what we're talking favorite-wise. Although if I'm going to an event or something where I need my makeup to last, 14 hours plus, I am probably reaching for my Urban Decay All-Nighters. So there you have it. That is how we deal with dry skin when you want to use a setting spray. These are the ones that I like, but please use the ingredients as a helpful sort of, indicator on other setting sprays that I haven't necessarily talked about. I will put a little list in the info box down below that has some information about which ingredients to look for, just so that you can kind of cross-reference what you've got at home or what you're shopping for, and maybe you'll get something that works out good for your dry skin. And there you have it. It's good to be home. It's good to be home, you guys. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for new videos. I hope you all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.